Take our hourglass, hero.
Hey there LT gamers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom and today we're diving into the underworld with a game called Death Must Die. This one is a roguelite hack and slash survivors game and it's developed by the indie team Realm Archives. It's consisting of just 4 passionate devs and this game is going to be released in early access on the 15th of November. So you're going to descend into the nether, wield god-given powers and face off against undead minions, unlocking heroes, collecting powerful items and creating game-breaking synergies. Sounds very standard for the formula, so why am I excited about this one? I'm a big fan of games like Vampire Survivors and Hades, and I really see Death Must Die as a potential breakout in this roguelite space, and it definitely has a lot of inspiration from these games contributing to it. Realm Archives has poured their heart and soul into this project, and so I really can't wait to share this one with you. So buckle up, hit the like, subscribe, and explore Death Must Die with me, and we'll see if it lives up to the hype. First up, let's cover the aim of the game. On the surface, it seems like it is just to annihilate thousands and thousands of Death's minions, and it is a hack and slash fest as you face off against hordes and hordes of enemies. But it is not just mindless chaos. You're going to need strategy, as your goal is to defeat guardians that are protecting each circle. And the challenge is real, let me tell you. Even the first boss I found quite difficult to overcome. So as you descend into the underworld, you'll discover ancient shrines, encounter mythical creatures, and meet other inhabitants of this dark realm. The variety in environments is quite good and it keeps things fresh, and there always feels like there's something new around the corner, which is vital to games like this. Now the real spice in roguelites is of course making your build. In this instance you're choosing from hundreds of god blessings to create synergetic and varied builds. It does sound somewhat familiar to Hades, and I did see quite a few similarities, we'll call it inspiration. So it's not just about mindless slashing, it's about crafting strategy that works for you, and I did come across quite a few workable strategies, and I think the possibilities are very vast here. But let's talk about how the game feels to play as well, and for me, Death Must Die nailed it right out of the gate. The controls are smooth, the gameplay hook was strong, and it's hard to put my finger on it, but there is this elusive it factor that immediately engages you. With roguelites, it's sometimes hard to pinpoint exactly why some work and others don't, but this game just clicked. I particularly enjoyed the characters and the immediate dive into creating synergies. There's no preamble or anything like that, and the item system was very reminiscent of another game, Diablo, and it added a real layer of depth and engagement to me, and there were in-game references throughout as well, and it enhanced the experience. So it was a familiar yet refreshing take that contributes to the game's overall appeal and fun for me. So jumping into the graphics, the art style and the overall aesthetics, I must say I think that the graphical style of Death Must Die was done extremely well. It had a Diablo-esque feel for it that were a perfect fit for the game's dark and intense atmosphere. So from the characters to the creatures to the settings, it was all done extremely well. And this overall vibe created an immersive experience that complemented the gameplay seamlessly, and so I felt like I was on a bit of a visual journey as well that contributed to the overall enjoyment of the game. So the developers really nailed the art style, so Death Must Die doesn't just play well, it looks very good doing it. Moving on to the story and narrative side of things, roguelites, as we know, can be a mixed bag when it comes to story. And Death Must Die, this is probably one of the weakest links in the chain, as it were. So without giving away anything, it's clear that the narrative is a work in progress. The narrative and character development are definitely lacking currently, and some roguelites, for example Hades, really excel in this department, and it's one of the reasons why I kept playing that game for so long. While others, like this game, are still finding their footing in that department. But the thing is, it didn't really significantly affect my enjoyment of the game, so whilst it is definitely needs a bit more work, I see a lot of potential and I expect the developers Realm Archives to really flesh this out as they continue to expand and refine the game. In the grand scheme of things, it was a minor hiccup in an otherwise stellar gaming experience. So I'm really excited to see how they evolve the narrative. I think the foundations of the story are very good, and I'm confident it's going to catch up with the strength of the gameplay. And there we have it, LT Gamers, our journey through the depths of Death Must Die. If you're just here for the conclusion, let me break it down for you. Death Must Die has been a surprisingly delightful experience, from engaging gameplay that has me hooked, to visually pleasing graphics that complement the overall atmosphere. The game has really hit the right notes. The kicker with this is that it is an early access title, of course, but the current sale price is, for me, jaw-dropping at €6.20. That is with a small discount for the release, but the normal price isn't much higher. So that's practically a steal for the amount of content and enjoyment that you can get. At this price point, I cannot help but heartily recommend diving into the underworld of Death Must Die. As with any early access game, there is of course always room for growth, and Death Must Die is no exception, and I'm genuinely excited to see how the game evolves, especially in terms of the narrative that is waiting to be fleshed out. It's already dangerously addictive for me, and I'm sure the journey ahead will be nothing short of stellar. So in a nutshell, if you're a fan of roguelites like Hades and Vampire Survivors, and you're looking for a game that is both enjoyable and budget friendly, Death Must Die is an absolute solid choice. I've had a blast and I'm confident you would too. As always, thanks for tuning in to LT Gaming. If you played the game, let me know what you think in the thoughts below. If you're interested, also ask me any questions. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more of our videos. Until next time, happy gaming LT Gamers. Bye bye now.